What is going on, guys? EK1 Gaming here, and welcome back to another location changing video. In today's video, we're going to do something slightly different. We're not just going to show you a piece of software which you can change location and spoof on, but we're actually going to discuss cooldowns and how they work in a location changing environment, especially a game like Pokemon Go, which has set cooldowns. You'll hear me mention cooldowns a lot in all of my videos. And basically there's a few people out there that still probably don't know what cooldowns are and how they actually help prevent you getting banned. Now, it's not 100%, of course. There are risks of being banned if you are changing locations, but there are steps we can take to basically reduce that risk and, of course, utilize the software in a better way. Now, these are called cooldowns, and I'm going to go through a whole breakdown of what cooldowns are and how to utilize them to best increase your chances of not getting banned, and also increasing the enjoyment of playing Pokemon Go from your desk. Now, with this, I am going to be using a piece of software called PogoSkill. I have done a video on PogoSkill, how to download it, how to use it, but that's the software I'm going to use today to teleport and to change locations. The link to that will be in the description below for a download, so go ahead and check them guys out and get that software downloaded. And with all that being said, let's get straight into today's video. Okay, to start the video, let's discuss what a cooldown is. So basically, a cooldown is the amount of time a spoofer should leave between location-dependent interactions. So basically, when you move location, you will have a timer if you perform an action in that location. Now, on the screen now at the top, you can see there's a 94-minute timer. Now, I don't have to listen to that timer for this video, because if you don't play your game for 2 hours, so just close it, don't play it, don't catch stops, don't catch Pokemon, throw balls, or anything at all. I will go through a list further in the video what actually triggers cooldowns and what doesn't trigger them, so you'll have a know. And I'll also put a download link to a cheat sheet that I've created, so you can go ahead and see exactly for yourself what that is. But basically what it is if you do an action, it's going to give you a cooldown. That means if you can, say I'm in Berlin right now, which I am, you can see I'm right here in Berlin. I'm obviously not in real life in Berlin, but for the sake of this video, I am. Basically, if I was to catch a Pokemon here, which I'm not going to do because I need to show you guys other locations, but basically if I was to throw a Pokeball, if I was to spin a stop or try and catch a Pokemon, that timer would go back up, that's on the other page, to 2 hours or however long. Now, that reason is because basically it's a realistic timer in terms of the game knows that you can't be in Berlin, for example, catch a Pokemon in Berlin, and then 2 hours later, or sorry, 20 minutes later, for example, you can't then be in New York catching Pokemon. You're either account sharing with somebody, which is, again, I think, against their terms and conditions, or you are spoofing, all right? So 2 hours is the sweet spot because 2 hours triggers their max resets, basically resets after 2 hours. So you don't have to worry after 2 hours. This is not a guaranteed way to not get banned, by the way, which I said earlier in the video as well, just to make sure you guys are aware of that. There is still a risk. So basically now it's saying I've got 2 hours. Well, I haven't, because I haven't played this game all day today. So I can basically travel anywhere I want. Now, the cooldown itself will only activate when I do one of these interactions which triggers a cooldown, and they are if you catch a Pokemon, if you throw or drop a Pokeball during any kind of wild encounter, even if you don't catch the Pokemon, if you just throw it or you just accidentally swipe and drop it, it counts as an interaction. If you catch a raid boss, if you feed a berry to a Pokemon that you're attempting to catch, if you spin any PokeStops or gyms, if you battle in a gym, if you place a Pokemon into a gym, if you use the auto catcher, like we've got on this software, if you use that to catch anything, then of course that's going to trigger it as well. And then anything that interacts with any sort of, battles or catching of Pokemon or anything like that. Now, here's some things that do not trigger cooldowns, all right? So teleporting itself, which is funny, really. If you teleport, that does not trigger cooldowns, okay? You can teleport as many times as you want, as long as you don't do any of those actions I just mentioned. Simply tapping on a Pokemon to check it. So if I click a Pokemon, and then I don't like the look of it, and I just back out without throwing a Pokeball, that does not trigger cooldowns. Be careful, because if you accidentally swipe there, you are going to throw a ball and you're going to have to wait to go to somewhere else. Shiny check-in without throwing a ball or a berry. Again, just tapping the Pokemon, you know, just make sure you're checking. If you're just hunting for shinies, just tap on them. If they're not shiny, tap back off them and then keep teleporting around. If you evolve a Pokemon, that also does not normally trigger cooldowns. If you power a Pokemon up, if you transfer or you start managing your Pokemon in your Pokedex, if you trade, that also does not trigger a cooldown. So you can say teleport to your friend's house, trade. You don't obviously have to be with them. You can just teleport to their house, trade with them, and then go about your day and carry on doing it. Sending and receiving gifts, that also does not trigger cooldowns. Hatching eggs does not do it. Claiming research rewards, again, that does not trigger the cooldown. Taking snapshots and walking without performing a triggering action. So basically, what I mean by that, you can set a joystick and walk around as much as you want. It's not going to trigger a cooldown. So what you can theoretically do here is you could say, teleport London to New York, check a load of Pokemon in New York, click on a load, looking for shinies, don't find any. You can then instantly go to Tokyo, for example, keep clicking on Pokemon, you find a shiny you want, you catch it, okay? You've caught the Pokemon, you've got your shiny. You are then on a cooldown, okay? Now, it depends on how far away you want to travel, how many minutes you have to wait. Now, this is where it kind of gets a little bit confusing with it. So what I'm going to do here is actually, I'm just going to travel out of Berlin so you guys can actually see me sort of go out of Berlin. So let's go to, we're going to go to New York. Doesn't really matter whereabouts in New York. We'll just teleport just so you guys can see it teleport. So we're going to go to Manhattan. We're going to click teleport. It's going to successfully modify, and then you can see now I've moved to New York. Now on that app, because it goes worst case scenario every time, you'll have that timer at the top there. See, it's saying like pretty much 2 hours because I've traveled that distance, Berlin to New York. Now that's just a safety net. These software put that in as a safety net for you guys so you can understand it. Now, basically what the cooldown distance timer is, and the cooldown time is 1 kilometer is generally 1 minute. Now, don't quote 100% on these. These are not official charts, okay? But this is what I stick to, and I've been, touch wood, I've been okay so far. 5 kilometers is 2 minutes. 10 kilometers, 6 minutes. 25 kilometers, 11 minutes. 50 kilometers, 18 minutes. 100 kilometers, 26 to 35 minutes. I usually wait about 35 minutes. 250 kilometers distance, 45 minutes. 500 kilometers, an hour minimum. 750 kilometers, I wait about 85 to 90 minutes. 1,000 kilometers, I wait about, I don't know, usually I just do the 2 hours at that point. And then you've got 1,500 kilometers plus, or 1,000 kilometers plus. I would just do 120 minutes. So 2 hours, okay? That just resets your whole thing. You can travel as far as you want then in 2 hours, basically waiting for 2 hours. Now, to get this to actually work for you, you don't have to log into the game and leave your phone on for 2 hours. You can just turn the game off. Like, literally just don't even log in. And then when you pick up, like, overnight is a great time. You wake up in the morning, you're fresh, you've got no cooldown. You can travel to any places you want. You can click on as many Pokemon as you want, like this one here. No, we don't like the look of it, so we're going to go back. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport somewhere else. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go to Japan, okay? We're just going to go ahead, teleport to Japan. Don't matter where I'm going at the moment. I'm just going to do it for the sake of the video. So, yeah, now I'm in Japan. Okay, there's an exclusive Go Stamp Rally available at Japan. So this is probably something you're going to want to do, yeah? So you can now stay in Japan, look at all the Pokemon spawning. It will take a minute for your map just to spawn in, but basically you're going to check all these Pokemon. I mean, look at that. I don't think I've got one of these. You can have a look at it. If you don't like it, again, opt out. You can click on every single one of these, all right? And then you can also utilize the software to walk. So as it says here, well, at the moment, we're in the middle of nowhere in Japan. But say, for example, we wanted to just walk We can use the joystick here and just set it to forward, go onto the game, and then we'll be walking forward. You can also set yourself routes as well. But the videos to this software will be in the description, so you can watch that to see how to download the software I'm using. So basically, I'm still now walking, and I'm seeing Pokemon, and I'm clicking on Pokemon, and I still haven't triggered my cooldown, okay? So let me just stop this walking right now. What I am going to do is I'm going to go to somewhere that is populated. So on this app, it's really cool. You've got some hotspots at the top here. So I'm just going to pick one of these. We're going to go to Dubai, okay? I'm actually going to Dubai in real life in October, so I'm excited to go there. Let's have a look and see what the Pokemon are like there, right? So as you can see, there's a lot of stops. There's a lot of everything going on here. You literally can travel anywhere, right? Anywhere in the world. So all those Pokemon that are regional, you're going to be able to catch. So let's go back to the cooldown. Cooldown now. I am going to actually activate the cooldown right now, okay? So we're going to find something. So let me zoom out. We're going to find something that we want, all right? Let's just say we want this, right? So I'm going to catch that Pokemon. I've threw the ball now. I now have to wait genuinely, or, you know, most of the time now, it's going to be 2 hours, okay? I'm now on a 2-hour cooldown, unless I only travel a short distance. But from Dubai, there's nowhere else that I'd pretty much travel apart from going to, like, New York, San Francisco, all those places. Now, there will be a video coming out with the top 10 locations that I've got that are absolutely packed out full of good Pokemon and stops. But as you can see, we can play the game as normal here. But now, basically, what I would do, if I was you guys, I would now spend 2 hours or a couple of hours in Dubai. Then what I would do is just turn the game off. Don't have to turn your phone off, just turn the game off. Wait 2 hours, load it back up, and then travel somewhere else until you find somewhere where you want to be. Now, of course, you can do all of the events and the special events and stuff like that. So that's all something you could just do with using a spoofer, all right? So you don't have to do it, but you can if you want to. Explore, catch, and battle. So, I mean, catch is pretty much easy, so we could pick that one. That's fine. But basically what you'll do now is you'll just have to either stay in this location, this area, or you will have to just wait the cooldown. Now, basically, a cooldown doesn't mean that you can't play the game. Like I'm saying, it doesn't mean, oh, I've caught a Pokemon, now I can't play for 2 hours. It just means you just can't teleport. You know, don't move out the area. If I choose now to go onto the software and say I want to walk to Dubai International Airport, and I just go navigation on it, and it's just going to walk me there, right? I can still catch Pokemon and spin stops on the way, right? So I can still do all this for as long as I want. I can spend days and days here if I want to. I don't have to move out of here, but you just don't want to travel anywhere else, not teleport anywhere else, because you will get errors. Now, some of the errors you will get is a stop if you've broken the cooldown rules. Say, for example, you haven't waited, because it will let you teleport to New York, for example. If I teleport to New York now and try and catch a Pokemon, the Pokemon will flee every single time. If you try and spin a stop, the stop will spin. Nothing will come from the stop. You will not get any rewards. It will just keep spinning and spinning. And that is also sending a soft ban. It's referred to as a soft ban. What that does is notifies Niantic or whoever, and it's going to say, hey, this person's traveled too far, too quick. We can't have this. This is not right. There's something wrong. Now, if you keep doing that, this is when they're going to be like, hold on a minute, you're going to get banned because you're breaking terms of service. So do not do that, okay? So if the Pokemon start fleeing, literally everyone, or the stop spin without dropping any rewards, then you need to stop straight away, okay? It don't matter if they break free like this, is because I'm just quickly trying to catch Pokemon. But if it comes up flee straight away, you are basically breaking the rules. So do not carry on doing that, please. That is going to be the biggest thing for you. So basically, what can happen is if you break the cooldown, well, you can get banned. Okay, you know, it explicitly, you know, prohibits using tools to falsify your location and change your location, which is fine. We do this at our own risk, and I always mention it in my videos. Just stick to these cooldowns, and it's just a better, you know, it makes spoofing safer, not 100% safe. It just avoids performing location-based actions and you know, geographically impossible locations and intervals, you know, so you can't travel thousands of miles in a minute. That's just how it helps you and how it stops. All right. So basically, you can carry on doing this as much as you want. Like I say, the link to this software is in the description below, so go ahead and download this software. I have a video as well. Watch that video in the description below. And hopefully this has sort of answered your cooldown questions. If you do have any more cooldown questions, let me know in the comment section below. Like I say, there is a cheat sheet you can download in the description. Click on it, download it, and keep it. Save it on your phone, save it wherever, so you can always refer to that sheet to say, hey, am I going to actually flag, or am I going to get like a shadow ban here or a soft ban? So if this video was helpful, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Happy spoofing, and I will see you guys in the next video.